If you go around taking peace, you're gay. You're not.
I disagree with you.
I'll go to bed at 6 a.m. and I'll wake up 1 minute before that at 5:59.
He's ruder than Tate.
And you need to be more misogynistic.
That's sick.
So, you've met.
She said he's ruder than Tate, but his name is Tate though. Unless she meant Andrew Tate, but she has to be specific. You understand? Because if you're gonna come after him, you got to be ready to prepare to back it up with facts. You understand? But anyway, let's continue though.
Andrew Tate. Now, did you know that he had a little brother?
Hold on, pause. Is that a DVD player in the back? Nah, that's crazy. Bro got a DVD player. Bro, I've not, all jokes aside, I have not seen a DVD player in probably like at least 5-10 years, bro. I remember growing up, like for those of you who know I'm young, right? I'm 22 years young. We grew up with cassette players, like with the VCR. So you had the cassette players for the tapes, and then you have VCRs. Then it went from VCRs to DVD players to Blu-ray to Firefox and stuff. And now I think you have smart TVs and stuff. So I haven't seen a DVD player in years, bro. Anyway, let's continue.
That is exactly like him.
Okay, I can't wait. I have not seen this little brother.
Very
Like, how
interesting.
little?
He's
Same
also
age, or?
a couple years younger. He's also a professional kickboxer. Also has tons of bitches.
Wow.
Known as the better-looking brother. He's the man. They do a ton of crazy shit together. They share a bank account. These two, very interesting
Very
stuff.
close. Okay.
Also, just a quick reminder to like and subscribe. Over 99% of you guys are watching and not subscribed. Hit the fucking button. Know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
There was a Romanian man I spoke to. He said something really funny. I was like, yeah, and you could be like, it's not just gay and straight now. There's like 100 different sexualities in these things. And he was confused by it. And he goes, oh, but there's only 3 sexualities for women and 2 for men. And I was like, 2 for men? Explain. So a woman is straight or gay or bisexual, and a man is straight or gay. Can't a man be bisexual? Tristan, if you suck dick sometimes, you're gay.
I swear to God, I've been saying that for years.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I might have said that because, no, I know I've been saying it for years. Cancel me, but how can you be bi as a guy?
I don't know. Why can't you? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Why can't you?
You don't take peace and then just go back to women.
Why not?
It's
what if
totally
you just?
different.
It's hard for us to understand because we're not that person. But
if you go around taking peace, you're gay. You're not. You don't like girls. There's no way.
I disagree with you.
Most women experiment with other women. If a guy experiments
where most women experiment with other women? Maybe in your.
All right, so we're gonna go back to the part where he said that, where the son said that the Andrew Tate, not Andrew, my bad. Tristan, his brother, gets a lot of females. He said the B word though. He called them female dogs in front of his mom, which is kind of crazy because this is the thing. I don't know. Like I don't know if that's the difference between growing up in a black family versus a white family. I know in most black families, if you say the B word in front of a woman, they get offended. They get disrespected. I don't know if it's with white women, they don't care, or they just don't have respect for themselves. I don't know. And I'm not trying to throw shots at my white women, but I'm just saying in general. Next thing, the mother, right? She basically tried to say what was wrong with experimenting with a guy being bisexual. Guys were not meant to be bisexual. In fact, if you're a guy and you're bisexual, according to the Bible, you're sinning against God, which God will use as a reason to either not let you into the kingdom of heaven, or He'll stone you. Right? Back in biblical times, if you were in that situation, they either stoned you or you were washed away. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and it's sad to say this, but this is the reality. The woman has always been the shortest, like, has basically been the weakest link when it comes to having a relationship with God, because women are easily influenced by demonic activity. Look at Adam and Eve and how Eve allowed the devil to be able to corrupt her mind. And you think that in this situation in which we're watching right now, that the devil isn't allowing this woman to be corrupted? Come on, bro. There are certain, even the son knows better. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain things that it's like you should never tolerate or never even think about because you know it's wrong. But some people, I don't know, they're selling their conscience to Satan and his demonic activity, which is sad. This is why you got to trust and believe in God, bro, and stay on the right path. Let's continue.
Your generation.
You dump on video games enough. In 10 seconds, I can very quickly sum this up. There's a video game called Gran Turismo where you select which car you want to drive and select which road you want to drive, and then you sit in the house of your mother's basement and pretend to drive that car on that road. I, because I've done the work, pick the car I want to drive, because I have all of them, and pick the road I want to drive, and I drive there, and I get to do it IRL. So it's a substitute for real life. That's it.
It's a fact. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto.
It is, but it's mean. Not everybody has what they have. Let them pretend.
They didn't. It's not like they were born with what they have, and they're just like they earned it all. They're saying, don't sit around playing video games all day. Get off your ass and go earn that stuff. I totally agree with that 100%.
Yes, other people have the same opportunity, but they don't have the same skills, brains, intelligence, physical capabilities. Like there's
that motivates me whenever I'm playing video games or some stupid watching some stupid videos or people living a life that I want to live. I'm like, damn, I should be doing something to achieve that, not just sitting around consuming content or playing video games.
Totally. Everybody could raise themselves above their status.
It's not mean. That's just true.
I know, but some people are half-wits, and they're doing the best they can.
We need somebody to cook the fries.
Someone has to cook the fries, dumbass.
People have their little bits of happiness in the world. So they have, for example, a kid, a daughter, and they have a dog. And they're like, oh, well, Tristan, you fucking got the millions of dollars and all the beautiful women and the fast cars and you're tall and you're strong and all the women want you. But, I've got my daughter and my dog. Money can't buy that. Motherfucker, I've got a daughter and a dog too. And I've got all that shit.
Yeah, people try to justify having
I didn't know he has a daughter. That's interesting.
the little shit that they have that I guess it can make you happy, but I feel like you should always want more of life.
Yes, people can be happy with a daughter and a dog, but they justify the absence of other things by saying money can't buy happiness, which is total and utter bullshit. Money can totally buy happiness. Yeah, it's not going to bring someone back from the dead or unbreak a broken heart, but it's going to help.
I can promise you that our lives have gotten better since I've made a lot of money.
Yeah, of course. It has bought happiness and it has bought peace of mind in that whole arena. And when you are brokenhearted, you can go to a spa and get a massage if you have money, and you can spend time with friends that you haven't seen in a long time.
If there's
you
a
can afford
social
plane
issue
ticket.
that you really care about, enough money can help solve that.
Yeah.
You're really sad about the kids overseas? Well, money can help fucking give them some meals.
Yeah. You can even...
Let's break that down. When it comes to the people complaining that money doesn't solve happiness or money doesn't make you any happier, they say that as a coping mechanism to be able to live the mediocre lives that they're living. It's not to judge, it's just the reality, right? The truth doesn't care about your feelings because, quite frankly, your feelings don't matter when it comes to the truth. Right, woke family? So the reality situation is that in what we're watching right now, we got to see the reality for the way it is. If you're not happy with your situation and you want more out of life, you have to put in the work. You have to level up. You have to level up. You have to hustle. You have to grind out of that situation. That's the reality. Let's continue though.
Go there and help hands-on if you can afford to, because you can, if you don't not working an hourly job that you can't afford to take off.
What really does make people depressed isn't money, it's being born into money and not having to earn it and fight your way up there and not knowing what it's like to not have money. Because I remember times where we were sitting there with like no money and that shit sucks.
It does, but we still had a good time.
Yeah, but looking
back
on it, that's like he says, that's what makes having money more enjoyable, is remembering the times when if you wanted to order Uber Eats, you were really thinking about it. You're like, oh, should I really spend the 12?
Exactly, because you didn't have a lot of money left. But now when you're up in money, especially when you've had to build your value, right, you tend to appreciate it a lot more. But the reality situation is that a lot of people are not going to make it out of that stage of poverty because they're not willing to invest the time to be able to learn new things. That's the reality. You understand? God bless you, obviously, for being able to make it out, at least making it out with YouTube and putting in the work. But understand that a lot of people that do that, or a lot of people that are in different careers, aren't going to be able to make it out because they're not willing to learn to be able to grow. That's the reality.
$12 to get this burger. Now it's like, fuck it, yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me that question? Why are you on this podcast asking me how to stop procrastinating? Turn off YouTube. Go do something. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with people? This is exactly what you were talking about asking a question where you already know the answer to. You know the answer is to stop doing things that waste your time and apply yourself to something important. Now, this may not be a waste of your time, but let me tell you, you're a dumbass, clearly. It's like Googling how to get fit, like you just said. Everyone knows what a push-up is. Do 10,000 of them a day. Stop wasting your fucking time. You know, I've never had to deal with procrastination. I've never had to deal with not being motivated because what is the alternative? Literally, be a loser forever. I am sick of reading shit on the internet saying, yeah, you know, some people are special and they take longer to bloom and your time will come. Let me tell you something. 99.9% of people who are born broke, live broke, stay broke, die broke. That is the reality for almost everybody. The internet and it's all going to come to you at the right time.
Listen, dudes, I get it. Guys aren't really into skincare routines, but trust me, Curology makes it easy. Now, if you don't know...
That's facts. Majority of people, but this is what I say, and this is something that one of my mentors taught me, and I will forever be grateful. He said to me, if you are born into poverty, it's not your fault. But if you die in poverty, it is completely your fault. Let me say that again, woke family. If you are born into poverty, it is not your fault. But if you die in poverty, if you die a poverty-stricken person, that is your fault. Why? Because everybody, when you level up to a certain point in your life or when you grow up, you have the ability to change your life, especially if you're born into this land of opportunity. All it takes is you using your brain calories to be able to think of ideas to be able to make yourself more money. Because when you bring a valuable thing to the marketplace, people have to pay you the rate that you tell them, compared to if you were to just work a regular 9 to 5. Let's continue.
He's right. Honestly, from me putting my head down and starting to grind, it only took, maybe 7 months before I hit 6 figures?
Yeah, crazy.
Before that, I was playing Fortnite all day, trying to become a professional Fortnite player. I said, fuck that, and I put my head down, watched YouTube videos all day, made a bunch of mistakes, learned from them, wrote down my goals, read them every day, and 7 months later, at 18 years old,
no complaining involved. No wasting time.
There's no wasting time doing bullshit. You're sitting around. I couldn't even tell you the last time I just sat around and watched Netflix. That's not something. That's not even something I do anymore.
But you should relax once in a while, kid.
I need extra sleep after a night out. You are lame. I'll go to bed at 6 a.m. and I'll wake up at 1 and start doing push-ups. I'll go to...
She said you have to relax once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. When you're a successful person, bro, there really is no time to relax. I'll tell you guys one of my vices. I used to be a very, very big fan, and I still am. I love to watch Nigerian movies. I'm Nigerian. I love to watch my movies, right? I can't even remember the last time I sat down and I watched a Nigerian movie. Why? Because when you're a busy person and you're working towards becoming even more successful than you already are, you don't have time to really do the stuff that you used to do. Like video games, watch movies, chill. You don't really have time for that, bro. You gotta grind. You gotta level up. You gotta become successful, bro. That's what it is. Let's continue.
To bed at 6 a.m. and I'll wake up 1 minute before that at 5:59. Minus 1 minute sleep. That's what I do. That's how I do it. So there is no besides night out at my generally early risers. I don't need to sleep for weeks if I don't want to sleep.
He's ruder than Tate.
You think?
Well, not in what he says, but in he's just
his delivery.
He's pissed. Yeah, he's just so angry. Listen, he's like 12 years old. When he's 40, he's gonna need a little more sleep after a night out. I don't care how fit he is.
What does she mean by he's 12 years old? Is she trying to disrespect him? Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
He's 34.
When was that video taken?
I don't know.
Trust me. All right, 45. He's gonna need sleep in the future. Trust me. Silly goose. But yes, compared to people his age, people who are 25 and tired, single, no husband or wife, no kids, just one job, and they're like, I'm tired. What the fuck's the matter with you?
What's wrong? No hospital late.
Drink a coffee.
Yeah,
Have a cigarette.
I wasn't tired in my 20s.
Get up.
Ever.
You catch your girl on Instagram at our house. Yeah. She says,
Oh, they made me come here.
they made me come to this big party.
And she's dancing in the video. She's dancing.
And she's
the
dancing.
police have the video. She's dancing around, twerking.
And you sit there and go, oh my God, she's kidnapped.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what is going on, what Andrew and Tristan are talking about is basically this one girl that came over to their house in Romania for a party, right? Mind me, the girl had a boyfriend, which is already disrespectful. For those woke family members right now that are watching, and you're in a relationship and you have a girlfriend, and she's going out partying without you, bro, that's a dub. Cut her off. It's over. Pull the plug. You know what I'm saying? Because that's very, very disrespectful. If you allow her to disrespect you like that, she's probably sleeping around. You know what I'm saying? You have to be very, very careful. Start paying attention to these signs. It is what it is. Facts. So the boyfriend calls up the girl, asks her where she is. She said she's been kidnapped by Tristan. The Romanian police eventually end up getting involved. They eventually ended up finding out through a videotape that she was lying. And they eventually ended up releasing Tristan and Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that not only in America, but just in the world, you have to be very, very careful when it comes to your interactions with women as a man, especially as a high value man. You have to be very, very careful because that's exactly how you can end up getting played. Well, let's continue though.
Are you okay, baby? I'm gonna save you. Bro. Ooh, imagine believing that story. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
Like the story was they kidnapped the girl.
Yeah, I've
She's
been
dancing at their
I've been
house.
kidnapped before too. I get it.
What do you mean?
They're just places I shouldn't have been.
Oh.
But before the days of where you got caught on video.
Yeah, they're all over the internet because I'm a bad boy.
I'm a bad boy.
And you need to be more misogynistic. This woman just spilled my coffee.
Bitch! Bitch! Bring some paper towels! We're doing a fucking podcast!
Andrew, don't be a misogynist. It's not okay. You know, Georgiana, I really want to apologize for my misogynistic brother. You know I would never say anything like that. Because I am a gentleman.
Getting paid to learn how to code. 12 weeks ago, I was staring at a computer, not getting anywhere with web development.
Damn straight. I'm joking.
They're just kidding. You know what? You know what I like about that?
Yeah, no, that's obviously
is
a
we're
joke.
just laughing about that, but I would love to just. I don't have any super woke friends because I can't tolerate it, but I would love to just see some super woke
the fucking
girl, like even at that, who has zero sense of humor, lose her freaking
You look at that
mind.
video, like the TikTok comments in that video, and you're like, these people are fucking droids. How? Well, you look at TikTok comments and you're like, all right, now I understand that there's always people to cook the fries. That's when you understand
Just
it.
imagine having no sense of humor whatsoever.
No, that's a funny
shame.
joke.
It's funny. It's stupid. It's funny.
Yesterday was my birthday.
He has better looking than his
What
brother.
did we eat on my birthday?
Yeah, he's considered the better
Why
looking
did we
brother.
eat KFC? Because when I was 21, me and Andrew used to have no food. I used to drive to the KFC restaurant and I used to sit in my car. And you couldn't ever eat anyone's leftover food if they ever had their mouth on it. But at KFC, they used to buy buckets. And I would sit and wait for people to sit outside, eat their meal, and leave the bucket on the table. And I used to go and take that bucket, 3 or 4 pieces
Brokey!
Wow.
No, I'm joking. That's sad.
of chicken. And I used to
He was smart
collect
about
20,
it.
30, 40 pieces of chicken.
20, 30, 40 pieces of chicken. Wait, I want to know the rest. What then?
I used to go home and I used to freeze that chicken. And me and Andrew would break it up, put it in our rice, and that was our meal. That's what sustained us for that hard year. That year we had when I was 21 and you were 22. That's how broke we were. I used to scavenge chicken from KFC because I thought, fuck it, I'm not dying and I'm not losing my kickboxing fights because I don't have enough protein. That's how broke I was. And that's a sad story if you never make it out. To me, that's a happy story. That's a story of triumph. Now it's like, hey, Andrew, it's my birthday. What we doing? KFC?
Facts. Listen to what was just said. It is a sad story if you don't make it out of that situation. 100%. You know what I'm saying? How can it not be sad? You've never made it out the situation. Once you make it out the situation, you can rejoice. You can be happy because you know what you had to suffer to be able to get to that point.
And it's a big joke. We sit there eating our KFC laughing about how we used to scavenge KFC chicken.
That's cute.
Like, that really is the beauty in making money, is remembering the stories and times that you didn't have it.
Yeah, and making more of yourself, being successful. It's not just about the money. It's about who you become in the process of creating wealth for your family. And as long as you can still be a good person and have integrity and be kind, for me, those are the measures that matter. If you can stay humble, humility, it was lost on these guys, but they did have the successful part where they said...
Do you think that there's a difference between being humble and having an ego? Don't you think it's healthy to have an ego? And, like, force yourself to live up to that ego? Because I'd like to say I'm humble. Like, if anyone DMs me, I always help them out. I like to help people, and, I'm not, like, a dick to random people, but I also acknowledge and I talk confidently, like, damn, like, I am the man, like, 3 videos into YouTube and I'm at 250,000 views. Like,
yeah, that makes me
get
want
on
to
my
like
fucking level, man. That's the way I think.
Right,
But
and
does
that makes
make
me want to like hit you in the back of the head.
Because I'm tough. I'm young G.
Because you're teaching other people, it's showing credibility, and
I'm also starting an online university, so I need people
right.
like
You need your credibility. You need to have a little bragging. But inside though, I will make sure that you don't become arrogant. I will ruin your life. I will. I'll ruin you.
Yeah, because my goal is like I want my results and stuff to speak for themselves. I don't want people to have to question if I'm being legit or not. At this point, I feel like it does.
No,
like
you need credibility. I get what you're saying, but just don't be an arrogant asshole. Like there's a line. Doesn't mean you can't say I accomplished ABC. It just means you can't.
I feel like I'm not an asshole. I'm just confident about.
I'm gonna let you know when you cross the line. Okay.
We have 27 cars between us, and we drive them whenever we want.
Yes, they're all on our driveway.
They're all ours.
Yes.
The house is ours.
Yes.
It's all ours. Besides women in underwear, we share everything.
Yes. So some loser said to me famously on the comment blew up. He said, "You and your brother sharing one car." I said, "No, we share 27 cars, 6 mansions, and $100 million."
That's crazy though. They literally share a bank account.
That's nice. I could see doing that though.
I think it's really sweet. I wish I had a brother that I had that close of a relationship with.
You got a mother.
Yeah. I don't trust you though. You're gonna go spend money on dumb shit, like a dumb bra. No, I'm joking. But
I will buy land and dogs. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna come home and there's gonna be 20 dogs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
No.
The answer is no. Is Andrew on testosterone steroids? I'm on loads of testosterone. You know what boosts testosterone by 15%? Smoking. It really does. I don't need injections. We don't take steroids ever.
I put my blood test on Twitter, and I'll do another blood test here live and put it on.
Live. We do not take drugs. Stop asking stupid questions.
Never taken testosterone. I don't take creatine, protein shake, none of that crap. You know what I do? I smoke cigars, I drink booze, I have threesomes, and I hit the gym. Like a G.
That's it.
And I lift weights like a G. That's hilarious. They've never done drugs or anything in their lives because since they were 18 years old, they couldn't take drugs or anything. So for like the next 10 years while they were fighting and they couldn't take drugs, they got so far, they were just like, well, screw it. I haven't smoked weed till I'm 28.
Now?
Why start? Just stick to it. It's pretty cool.
Maybe when they retire.
Doubt it.
There is a way to get revenge on women. Say goodbye politely.
I love this.
Keep working hard. Increase your value as a man. Wait 3 years, 4 years, 11 years. Wait till you are the man. And she's just now some chick, 28, 29.
Yeah.
And she's like, Tristan, it should have always been you. Then you can either tell her no or break her heart again. Yep. Then you win. That's the only way to get revenge. Yeah, you gotta keep working on yourself and keep working on yourself.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That's what I love. That's what I
Same for women, though.
That's what I love, though. Just keep working on yourself until,
It's not the same for women because men and women are not the same. We're not equal. So don't lie to yourself and drink some wine and make it seem as if we're equal. We're not. As a woman, your value starts to decrease once you're 18, right? You go through 18. Well, it will rise up probably from like 18 to 29, 30. Then after that point, it's going to start to tank depending on if you're taking care of yourself, you're going to the gym, you're eating clean, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. As a man, you have especially in this space, they try to make it seem like you're not born with value. And I completely disagree with that. I believe every man is born with value, but the thing is that it's within you. You have to be able to bring it out. A lot of men are not able to bring out their value. So they live with the value within themselves and don't cultivate it. If you don't, just like, for example, it's like you saying that there's nothing, like if you have like a mango seed or an apple seed or orange seed, that if you water it for a certain point in time and the weather conditions are good, that it's not going to sprout up and become an actual tree full of fruit. It is. That's how it is when it comes to a man. You have to cultivate that value, cultivate that value, cultivate that value. Once you cultivate that value, everything else is going to speak for itself because you're going to be making a lot of money. You're going to be able to help people. You're going to be able to improve lives. You're going to be able to do the things that you would like to do. But you have to cultivate that value. You understand? Compared to somebody telling you that you're not born with value. That's cap. That's cap. Everybody's born with value, whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, but you have to cultivate it as a man. As a woman, you don't really have to cultivate that value because it's given to you. It's within you already. It's literally written on you. Let's continue.
She just just regrets it. I feed off of knowing people regret what they did to me. And knowing that I'm doing better than other people, I just feed off of that. I'm like, I come onto YouTube and I'm doing better than this dude's been posting forever. I'm just like, oh, ratio.
I used to feel that way, and now I'm like so far comfortable in such a comfort level in my skin that I just don't even give a shit.
I like helping other people though too, because then it also increases your competitiveness and makes you want to do better than them even while helping them. Because I have friends who I help out with TikTok. Like my friend Gabe, he's killing it right now. He's at like 70,000 followers, 3.5 million views, and I'm like so proud of him. But I'm like, I want to do fucking better than you. And he's killing it right now.
So that's
and
just
I want to keep
that's
helping
just
him.
a competition. That's not revenge mindset.
Yeah,
You
and it's
know?
not like I would ever do anything to hurt him. It's just like, damn, like I always want to be the best.
Yeah, that's just that. But like as far as revenge goes, like I said, I used to care about that, and now I truly don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Anybody that's hurt me in the past, I'm like, carry on. I don't care. Oh, you're doing great. You're doing shitty. I mean, it is a little more fun if they're doing shitty. But like if they're, just for amusement's sake. But I really, it doesn't drive or affect me at all.
Is it fun when you like date a girl? I mean, not you date a girl. When you date a guy and then he goes and the next girl's uglier than you? Do girls like that? Because I love that shit. When I'm talking to a girl and then the next dude's like some little dweeb and uglier, I'm like, that's
I don't compare
hilarious.
myself to other women.
Okay, I do. I
don't.
I think it's hilarious.
Your hands are controlled by your brain. If you can't stop fucking drinking, jerking off, watching porn, and typing Pornhub into your little keyboard, that is nobody's fault. But there's no such thing as weak will. Your hands are controlled by your brain. Use your brain and control your fucking hands.
I think this is a silly video. He's like trying to be deep. It's like just control your brain is the real point.
Is it just you two, or is there more siblings? Is there more Tate?
No, I have a sister who doesn't talk to me. Lives in America. Full left-wing BLM crazy. Thinks that I exploit women because of my business. Even though I have women who work for me who make more than she does, even though she's a lawyer.
I wonder what that sister thinks now with how famous they are. Like literally two of some of the most famous people in the world.
If she's truly woke, she thinks they're disgusting.
If she's like actually, like he explains, she must hate them. Anybody on the left hates them because they hate the idea of a patriarchy and men having, they hate the idea of gender roles. They can't really comprehend that, so they must just despise them.
But a lot of what they're saying is especially true in the part of the world where they are. It sounds like the women that are in their sphere are doing better than all the other women in that part of the world, that in their social circles. So
those girls that worked for them were making a killing.
They're actually raising these women above what they would be doing in Romania, outside of this. Probably. It sounds like.
What's Luke's usual bedtime? 5 p.m.?
5 p.m. Correct.
The reality situation is that we have to understand that the Romanian women, they're placed at a higher tier than the average American woman because they're raised as traditional women. Same thing with African women, same thing with European women. Or but probably the UK. But that's the reality, right? In the United States, the woman is trained to be strong and independent. She doesn't need a man, And it goes to show you, it really does go to show you what's really going on in the world, and you have to be woke to see these things. Woke member, I appreciate you, Danita, Alexander. I appreciate you for commenting. 100%. A lot of people don't realize all of the things that are going on in the world and see how it's affecting people in a negative light, right? Like I was saying, we live in a society where they don't want women to be feminine. They want them to be very masculine, to think that they're better than the man, and to not really understand their true value. And then when they're single, they're 30, 40, 50 single, they wonder why. You understand? It's because you weren't really taught how to be a feminine, submissive lady. You were taught that you're equal to a man, which you're not, unfortunately, right? God created a man to be greater than a woman. And that doesn't mean that women aren't good in their areas and what they're doing, but there's a reason why God created things the way he created it. And for those of you who don't believe in God, look at, for example, the average man has more testosterone than a woman. He's taller than a woman. He's stronger. He makes more money. There's a reason why, to be able to take care of the woman, especially if danger comes her way. Let me use this analogy, right? If a man and a woman, or if a group of men and a group of women were stuck on an island and they had 7 days to live, what would the men do? They would try to create resources where they would stay, how they would eat fish, how they would wash their clothes. All of the women on that island are going to be scared and run away, especially if they have other men that are going to threaten them to try to attack them and hurt them. Because at that point, it's literally survival of the fittest. Hell, some of the women might even kill themselves off and start eating themselves, cannibalism, because there's no food for them. They can't find food, or they're not going to have the mentality to be able to find that food. They're going to be scared. Let's be real with let's be real with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Yeah, because he's a little sleepyhead. Well, these is an amazing American potion that I've discovered. I've had 4 already. What do you mean? So if I drink my 5th one, then I'll be up for 25 hours. Horrible.
Where were you on March 9th, 2022, when President Biden signed the death warrant on American freedom?
Delicious. It's so delicious.
Have you tried those?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Red Bulls? I mean, 5-hour energies?
Yeah.
Yeah, when me and my friends were little and we'd go to John Paul's house, we'd play video games till like 6 in the morning, and we'd take those to stay awake. We were like 12 and 13, and we'd have to, I don't know, I don't even know if back then, we might have just stolen them from 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's enough. That's enough.
We were evil.
We
were evil little kids. I'm not gonna, you know that.
Nah,
I run an
that
Instagram
bad.
account now that has no followers and it's private. That each time I sleep with a new woman, starting at this year, I just upload a picture of her for myself because it makes me happy to see.
That's so funny.
That's sick. That's like
that's some top G shit right there.
I used to have a little black book.
Oh, don't say that.
It wasn't necessarily that I slept with somebody. Don't be like that. But just like guys I dated, and I had a key of like.
I'm not gonna lie. You said you had a book of guys you dated. It's kind of giving me witchcraft vibes. I'm not gonna lie, because you have to understand the whole purpose of having that book. Some people will literally use it as a way to be able to do voodoo and witchcraft, so they can get those guys that they used to like to fall back in love with them. This is why you have to be very, very careful as a man in the world. Not even only in the United States, but just in the world, bro. We're living in demonic times. We're living in the end times. We have to start seeing reality for the way it is, or else you're going to end up getting played. You're going to end up getting wrong, bro, and some people might even try to harm you. You have to be very, very careful. You understand? Let's continue.
You open the book?
I had there was like a key. I would put, there was like a little drawing. They'd have little drawings next to them. And
of the guys,
little like there would be a knife or a like a Z if they were boring.
I know girls nowadays just have all the dudes in their notes tab.
Yeah.
So if you're talking to a girl and you want to know if she's a hoe or not, look through her notes.
I have to see if I can have that little black book somewhere. I'll show you.
That'd be funny.
Maybe there's some stories in there.
Someone said, "Do you genuinely believe that he just exaggerates?"
If she shows him that black book, she does not respect her son, because I promise you, she has a lot of deep, dark secrets in that black book. It's sad. Like, we as people, I don't even know why we're talking about these things. It really just goes to show you how people truly think. People are not woke to these things, bro. People are not woke to these things. Real talk. Let's continue.
For the camera, no, I live with him. This is just how he is. This is how I am. This is just how it is.
That's so
funny. What is that? Why are you thumbs upping me?
I'm thumbs upping you. Fuck you. I'm thumbs upping the fuck
These guys
because I don't
have
exaggerate shit.
Okay,
no
good.
self-awareness that they're going to be 60 one day sitting at that same table.
Yeah, they're gonna be G's.
What do you mean that they have no self-awareness? Listen, you have to understand, here in this space, we talk about the same thing that the Tate brothers talk about. They're going to be 60 one day, and they're going to still be successful. Why? Because they're going to be in the gym. I'm going to be in the gym. We're going to be leveling up, becoming wealthy, successful. So we're not worried about those things. We're not worried. So we could be 60, you understand? I don't like that. This is the thing you have to understand. In this world we live in right now, they want you to be effeminate as a man. They don't want you to be able to have your own opinion and to be able to be masculine and to be able to speak the truth. That's the reality. So kudos to those brothers, you know what I'm saying? That they're able to speak the truth and be able to see the things for the way that they truly are. No, like, don't be like, this is one thing I advise guys. Don't be scared to speak the truth, bro, regardless of the situation. Because all you're going to have in this world, if we're to really speak on it, bro, it's just you, yourself, and God. So be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You understand? That's the reality. Let's continue.
they're 60. Dude, they look pretty good for their age right now. You can't even lie.
For their age, they're little babies.
He's 35. You think that's a baby?
Yes.
You're tripping. It's an old man.
You're tripping.
Last year, and I was catching up with a few friends, and the guy I used to know, I won't say his name, he looked me straight in the eye. We were talking about when we were 17, 18, and we used to, start meeting girls for the first time and drinking at his parents' house, and it was a bit of a fun time back then. I was a bit of a nerd, He looked me straight in the eye. He was overweight. The spark in his eye had left him. He looked at me and goes, those were the best days of my life. And I thought, isn't that tragic? You're now 14 years separated from when we were just discovering how to be men. We were just discovering this world. And you look back as though those were the best days of your life. It literally broke my heart to hear it.
That's a lot of people's story,
I know, that's what makes me especially sad, because I see a lot of people who spend their entire life living in this town, and
Yeah, and this is my thing, right? Me being Nigerian, me being Igbo, right? There was one phrase that my uncle taught me growing up, and that phrase was, "Ada no ofuebe ekiri mmanwu." Let me say it again. "Ada no ofuebe ekiri mmanwu." No, I'm sorry, I said it very, very wrong. My apologies to my Igbo people. "Ada no ofuebe ekiri mmanwu." What does that mean? That means you don't stay in one place to watch the masquerade. What is the purpose of that? That's a proverb. What does that proverb basically mean? You don't stay in one place your entire life to be able to see everything that happens in the world. You have to travel. You have to be able to see the things that are going to happen, right? If you don't travel, if you don't go to different places, live in different places, learn the cultures, learn the experiences, then that means that you're a dull person. Now, you have to make that a reality for yourself by leveling up. If you don't level up, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be that same position to not travel the world, to not level up, to not be able to experience the things that make life meaningful. That's why they have the proverb, "Ada no febe ekiri mmanwu." Otago, "Bada ada no febe ekiri mmanwu." Simple. Let's continue.
Your friends and stuff that are never gonna leave, and it kind of makes you sad.
Well, I don't think you have to leave to have a wonderful life. I really don't. I just think you have to keep creating a life that makes you fulfilled and happy, and you can't live your whole life going to high school, or when I was 18, or freshman year of college was the best year of my life. I look back at freshman year of college, I'm like, that was so much fun. That was a blast.
Oh my God,
but
freshman year of college.
I'm still having a blast though. Like, my life is still fun because I haven't just given up and thrown in the towel, and that makes me sad when somebody's like that. I'm like, why have you thrown in the towel? What are you doing?
No, yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? It is sad.
It is sad. Like, I'm so excited for my future, like moving down to Miami, doing having a whole new experience. But looking back on first semester of school, before I started my businesses, and I was just making content and enjoying time with my new friends, it was the best. And going to an all boys high school and then going to a school in Florida, that was fun.
Yeah. Life can always be fun. It doesn't, when you hit 25, 35, 45, 55, it doesn't have to get dull.
No.
And that's just for somebody who's just going through the motions every day and waking up.
Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that 9 to 5 stuff. That sucks. I would kill. I hate the thought of even doing that. I can't believe I used to go throughout my day thinking, I can't wait for Saturday and Sunday. Those are the only days I can be happy. That literally repulses me. That's how I used to think.
Remember when I used to work in advertising, and I did all that, and I paid the bills, and I did what I had to do, but every morning, and you probably didn't even know this, when my alarm went off, every single morning I went, fuck, every morning. And it was
a shit way to start the day.
That's a terrible way to live. And and I did have so much fun in other ways with family and friends, but it was the meat of my life, or the most waking hours was spent at that job. That was just terrible.
Fuck that shit. I can't. People who say that they're okay with the 9 to 5 are literally lying to you. You are not okay with the 9 to 5. How could you possibly be okay with a 9 to 5? Going to a job.
They're okay with it. They're okay with it. It's fine. They're just it's fine. I'm doing what I got to do for my family. They're justifying it. And you do have to take care of your family. You forget.
It's just justifying it.
But you forget, people, not everybody's creative, not everybody has guts, not everybody is ready to go out and chase a dream when they've got a mortgage and 2 kids and all this shit. It's hard, but you're an exception that you're doing it when you're 18.
I just don't understand it. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Well, I hope you never get stuck in that trap.
I would never. That's not even an option. I already know now that I'll never have a real job for the rest of my life.
All right, I hope you're right.
I know for a fact.
I won't either. I know you're right. I won't either. You because you're so driven and entrepreneurial. Me because I'm done taking.
This is what I'm going to say, guys. So I'm not going to knock the people who do have a 9 to 5. Like they mentioned, not everybody is creative in that sense, but at the same time as well too, that just because you have a 9 to 5 doesn't mean that you're not getting to the bag. But I will say that there are definitely pros and cons. You have to pay attention to those things and understand that everything that's going on in this world is happening because of one reason or another. With that being said, for the entrepreneurs of the world, continue to be innovative, continue to create, continue to make that money. For the employees, W-2 workers, continue to work for somebody else, but at the same time as well to understand that there is also certain points where you should be able to enjoy and relax, take vacations, enjoy, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you're taking care of your family. So I'm not going to knock either one, you know what I'm saying? But I will also tell you that working a 9 to 5 is not for everybody, as well as entrepreneurship is not for everybody. So pick which category you're comfortable going into and just make the best out of that. This world will be so much of a better place which we would follow and let wise and good men live with the love and all the other important things. I agree, right? It all comes down to decisions that we make, guys. And if we make the best decisions, then everything else is going to work itself out. No cap. Let's continue, though.
Orders from anybody. Everybody can go to hell.
That shit sucks. We're going to be fucking YouTubers type shit. Know what I'm saying?
I'm having so much fun with you, though, right now.
Yeah, it's such a blast.
Someone told me that I could make an extra $1 million a month for 20 minutes a day of extra work. I would say no. I don't need the $1 million. I like those 20 minutes. You can get head in 20 minutes. You can chill by the pool in 20 minutes. You can do lots of things in 20 minutes. I'm not interested in extra work for, what, $1 million? What, brokey? Oh.
The blackheads on my nose are literally the bane of my existence. And trust me, I've tried everything. Every old home remedy,
Brokey money. Okay. I would like to just, for the record, say I fully disagree. And if I could make $1 million in 20 minutes,
they're lying out of their ass.
I
if
would.
you're worth $100 million, if it's 20 million, if it's 20 minutes, you're doing it.
In 3
It's obviously
months,
a joke.
in 3 months, you double your worth. Yeah. Think about the family members we could pay. We could pay off everybody's mortgage. We could help all those dogs. That dog rescue that I donate to every month. We could just give them millions of dollars and save all the dogs.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It'd be nice. And that other tunnel.
I'll say this thing real quick. I know it's a little bit off topic, but I do respect. I don't know this creator's name, but I respect him for having so much of a good relationship with his mom, which is cool. But at the same time as well too, I definitely somewhat to an extent agree with where they're coming from when it comes to $1 million for an extra 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have the right mentality when it comes to being able to make money to be able to take care of your family. Real talk. Let's continue though, guys.
The towers. I like that.
Or you just pay a bunch of bitches to hang out with you.
Nope.
That works too.
Nope. Pay everybody to stay the fuck away.
People ask me today why I wear a watch that's worth no more than maybe $1,000 if I tried to sell it secondhand. Brand new, you could buy something equivalent for about $2.5. It's a Versace watch, gold plated. I don't have a Rolex. I don't have a Hublot. I don't actually own another watch. This watch doesn't even tell the time. It is broken. It has been 20 minutes past 11 for the last God knows how long. It's the middle of the afternoon here. I wear this watch because it is a reminder of the indomitable spirit of man. My brother went to Slovakia, or we were both in Slovakia, but I came home one day before because my holiday pay had run out and I had to go to work. So he calls me and said, something amazing's happened. I won some money in the casino. I'm like, really? How much? He said, 5,000 euros. I'm like, fucking good. We need to pay the rent. We got these payments to make on the car insurance and we need the money. Good. Take that 5,000 euro. Don't go back to the casino. He comes home. I said, where's the cash? He goes, I don't have any cash. I bought this watch. This watch cost what back then? This is 10, 11 years ago, probably 4,000 something euros. He spent it all on this fucking watch. And it wasn't an argument as such, but I was pissed. You know, I'm like, we need to pay the rent. We need to pay this. How can you just spend it all on a watch? What's that watch going to do for you? And you said to me,
we'll make more money. Don't worry, we'll make more money. So we had our little argument, and got on with life. And I completely forgot about that small falling out until about 6 years ago. I was 24, you were 25. And we had indeed made more money. And we were walking through Westfield Shopping Center, and you bought your Hublot watch. When you saw it for sale, it was 12,900 British pounds. And you said, I like that watch. I said, okay, go get the watch. You walk into the shop, you use the card, you get the watch, and then you take this one off and you give it to me.
I like that. I like that story a lot. You know
why this story is good? Because it takes one brother out of two, generally in situations like that, to be able to have a mindset of abundance. It's called abundance. When you have a mindset of spiritual abundance, every other thing else is going to work itself out. No cap. But a lot of people don't live a life in abundance. That's the difference between the wealthy and the poor. The wealthy and the poverty people. The wealthy live life in abundance. So if they give something to somebody, they realize, I'm gonna make this back. We're gonna make way much more. You gotta live in abundance and then put in the work to be able to have everything else work itself out. No cap. But a lot of people do not live in abundance, bro. And that's facts.
Sometimes I get stressed out when I'm spending a lot of money on investing into myself, like hiring.
Never feel bad investing money into yourself because it's only gonna make you wealthier. And you're young too. You said you're 18. So keep investing into yourself. That is the biggest thing you can do to be able to help yourself. Invest in yourself. No cap.
People to create sections of my course or hiring editors to do really good quality work for me. And I'm like, damn, I'm spending a lot of fucking money right now. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make more money. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You can't just hoard it all. You gotta invest in yourself. Like, what else is the point of it? What am I gonna buy a stock? Hope it goes up 8%. Oh my God, I'm up 8% every year.
Yes. You have to find balance. When the rent's not paid, you got to pay the rent. Yeah. Yes. I know. I've been there too, where I'm like, I send clients thank you gifts, and I'm like, this could go to this or go to that, or I should just leave it there and let it sit. But I'm like, I know this is going to come back. I know that there's more money coming in, and so I think that being generous and being, putting the money out there and letting it flow is one thing. But when you have no money and you haven't paid the rent and you buy a watch, you're just an asshole.
That's fucking insane. Like, that is genuinely insane.
That's genuinely stupid.
Yeah, no, that's where Tate is like, that's where I don't really understand it. But like, wow, you do some crazy shit.
It is a cool story because it worked out for them. But what if it didn't? What if it was like he spent and then we got kicked out and we lived in a tent with 6 women?
Yeah, no, that's nuts.
Like, come on.
You watched this far, you might as well hit the fucking bell. Subscribe, follow the social medias, join the Discord.
Thanks for
change your
coming.
life. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
All right.
This was fun. Good night.
All right. Love you guys. Peace.